Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm sharing all the details on the accessories from my wedding day, so if you're interested in seeing a little more about what I wore, then stay tuned. I'll of course link everything in the description box below and also the corresponding blog post to everything bridal on my blog. For the first thing, it's actually behind me, so I'll share a clip of that so you can see a better look of it. I have my wedding dress and I just gotten it cleaned, but I can't say they did an excellent job, so I'm looking into getting it cleaned again before I preserve it, if that's the route I want to go. I'm still not sure. Kind of like, it'd be nice to get a little money back, but at the same time it's really sentimental and pretty, so for now I kind of like it hanging behind me to see. I randomly, yes, I'm that girl that randomly puts it on and walks in to the room where Tim's playing video games and say, "It fits still," even though it's been a month. You never know. Anyway, so I also wanted to talk about the hanger that I got for it. It was so pretty, and I'm glad that I kind of got an extra detail. Some people might not think about that, or a lot of people get the ones with your name on it, and I just kind of wanted something different and a little more vintagey classic. So when I found this hanger from Beholden, I knew I had to have it, and it even looks pretty now, still being displayed in my room. Next, I'm sharing my reception dress. This is from Beholden as well. It's from the designer Cynthia Rowley, and this was pretty much a last-minute purchase. I got it about a little less than 2 weeks before my wedding. I was looking on their website and saw this dress, and I was like, this is actually perfect. I love how it's kind of a soft pink color, even though it's still considered ivory. And then the pretty bow detail on the bodice. Love that. I actually did hem 4 inches off of it to get it above the knee. I guess it's meant to be below the knee, but it's not really my style. So to make it more me, I cut off, or I hemmed. I didn't do it actually. I personally didn't hem it, but I got it hemmed, and they actually closed the slit in the back as well. So if you're wondering why mine looks a little different than the model online, then that's why. Also, this is currently on sale, so if you're interested, then check it out. And I love that that's a piece that I can rewear again if the right occasion calls for it. It's not super bridal, but it was me and I had fun dancing in it. Okay, next is my veil and my belt. I actually had my belt made from my alterations. I knew I had to have a bow on my dress for it to be myself. So she had made this ivory bow. It turned out a little tiny bit bigger than I was anticipating, like I was expecting. I mean, we could have cut this shorter, but. As for my veil, this was actually gifted from Samantha over at Blanca Veils, and I am so happy that I had went on Etsy and kind of searched before getting one that my alterations lady was going to make for me at my bridal boutique, because let's just say this is 1/10 of the price if you're going to buy a veil. So this will cost you $100 or less, and the one that they were going to make me was $1,000, and I was like, no. Especially for something that you do not wear all day. You can't even tell. I mean, I can't personally tell like if that's a $1,000 veil or $100 veil. I really can't tell the difference. So Samantha was so helpful. She knew exactly what I wanted, even though I didn't. So it took us a couple messages, and I was just showing her pictures or kind of inspiration that I wanted for my veil, and she nailed it with this veil. This is actually the soft drop veil. I think it's a single drop with lace number 5. And I kind of made the last minute decision, like literally 10 minutes before walking down the aisle. I was like, yep, I'm wearing it in the front. I swore I would not wear the veil in the front like my whole engagement, but this veil was so sheer, and I loved how traditional it was, and at the same time I loved it flipped backwards too. For all my photos, that's what it had, like a nice layered effect. She also included a garter that comes along with the item, which was going to be my toss garter, but the day of I could not find it to save the life of me. More on that when I actually show you my garter. Next, this is the robe that I got ready in, and I adored the little polka dot lace sleeve and the detail on the sleeve. It made for such cute photos. It had a pretty open back. I wore sticky boobs underneath. I would definitely recommend planning out what you're going to wear under this. I didn't really think too far along the piece that I did plan on wearing. It did not work out, and I learned that the day of. So definitely kind of plan what you're going to wear if you're wearing a pretty robe. But I loved the open back, and I didn't want to wear something that ruined that. So sticky boobs worked out perfectly, but I would kind of work out what you're going to wear under on the bottom part. Okay, here's the fragrance that I wore the day of the wedding, and then ever since I've been wearing it. It has a really nice feminine fragrance, but it's not too overpowering, which I love. It's really girly and feminine and soft, a little bit of a floral, but not overpowering. So if you're in need of a good fragrance, I would recommend sniffing this one. Okay, next up are my wedding shoes, and this is kind of a piece that I never thought I would have, but quick story, I got these on my birthday, which is right after Christmas, and my mom and I were shopping all the shoe sales, kind of looking for a wedding shoe, but didn't really have my hopes up or anything. And on our last stop, this shoe caught my eye because it was sparkling like crazy in the lights, and it wasn't even in my size, but I still walked over, and when I looked, they were in my size, so it kind of felt like a little Cinderella moment. I'd always kind of dreamed of having a pair of Jimmy Choos for my wedding, but I wouldn't actually spend full price on them because you technically only wear them once. However, I kind of hope to bring these in on special occasions. But this was actually the shoe that I wore on my wedding. Of course, I did get a blister on my toe, but I knew I wasn't going to last all night in these, so I actually have another pair of shoes to show you guys that Tim got me on my birthday as well. And the bottom's really dirty, so let's not touch that. Okay, so the shoe that I wore throughout the reception are these kids from Kate Spade, and Tim got these on my birthday. And oop, they're a little squished, that's okay. They look like this. They're the white glitter, and I kept the ribbon shoelace. It does come with regulars, but why would you want to wear regular shoelaces when you're wearing a shoe like this? So I kind of started to wear these like the week of the wedding for little errands here and there. And I didn't want to get them too dirty, so I tried to hold off as long as I could, but I waited from January to October, so I think that's pretty good. And then the inside is blue, so if you don't have anything blue, then this can easily serve as your something blue if you're kind of stressing over it. And then I also wore these on our honeymoon while traveling, and I just think they're so cute. They're not everyone's style, but I mean, I'll wear these again. I mean, Christmas, New Year's, birthday, going shopping, going to eat, I would wear these. Okay, next I kind of also got my garter super last minute. I was looking on Etsy for a piece, but I just kind of put off getting one, and then I contacted the garter girl because I saw her work on Instagram, and I absolutely adored it, and I love the idea of having more of a heirloom piece that is something that you'd want to pass down to your daughter one day, or even as something borrowed for friends. I really wanted something that would be good quality and comfortable on. So I reached out to the garter girl, and I was like, girl, my wedding's in 3 weeks. Can you get my garter to me on time? And she was more than helpful. I mean, she got my garter to me like a couple days after that. And she offered free shipping, which I thought was super sweet of her. And the packaging is so cute. It also comes with a keepsake bag to store it in. That way you can just kind of put it in this box and keep it for as long as you need it. But this was my something blue, so here's my garter. I'll link this below. The inside is so soft. It kind of reminds me of Little Bo Peep, but I loved the lace on this. And then I actually got my toss garter back because my brother ended up catching it. So back to the veil. I was totally planning on wearing the one that Samantha sent me just because I wanted to keep this. But I could not find it at all when we were trying to get ready for the garter toss. So I ended up wearing this, and I was kind of sad that someone was going to get this, but I guess that's I mean, that's what you buy it for technically, but anyway, my brother ended up catching it and I couldn't be more excited because then I got it back. Next, I was going to share a quick little detail that we DIY'd for our table numbers. So my mom owns, and I mean, she runs an art gallery. It's a family business. So we had my cousin make some decals with her little machine that she had, and she mailed them to us, and then we stuck them on acrylic at her gallery. So this is actually what we used next to the selfie sticks. And we put our hashtag, it might be backwards, I'm not sure, but it says Journey to Joan, which was our hashtag. So all our table numbers looked like this. Of course, they were a lot smaller. And we wrote them out. I picked the calligraphy print and then just stuck them right on. That was an easy DIY, and table numbers were shockingly expensive, and I did not want to spend money on them. I got to keep this one, and then my wedding planner actually bartered for all the table numbers for our little thank you that was at each table, so that worked out nicely. A few of the smaller pieces from my day of is this Mrs. box, and this is so teeny tiny and so cute. When I say tiny, I mean like that's my pinky. So it's so itty bitty, but I think it made a huge difference in my photos getting ready. It's just an easy way to show off your bling. And then I love keeping this on my jewelry box. And then this necklace was a gift from my mom, and I wore it in the reception with my bow dress. Here's a hairpin that I wore and to secure my veil. If you use a drop veil, you need little pins that don't have balls on the end, which was kind of hard to find, but I saw these at Nordstrom. Here are the earrings that I wore. They are from J.Crew, and they're under $100. Okay, and lastly, this is just something that I wanted to mention because I thought it was such a cute gift idea. And it is this, I need to mark out my shipping, but it is this box from the Bride Box. And my aunt gifted this to me for my bridal shower. And it's just kind of so fun to get something in the mail. You know, anything that's bridal related is extra special. It's just a fun time of your life. So when you open it up, it looks like this, and it's filled with all kinds of bridal goodies. And I was just going to show you guys really quickly things that you can expect in yours, or at least my 3 favorite things. The first thing is this mug, and it says I'm his missus. It comes with a coupon code that you can get the other matching mug, and I used this the day of to drink my coffee in that morning when I was up writing my vows nice and early. It also came with these cute pillowcases that are super large for a king, and it comes with both Mr. and Mrs. pillowcase. Very cute. And then this I surprisingly use all the time. Like every weekend when I'm out and about, I grab this bag because it's so cute. But it's this bag that says best day ever. And I use this leading up to the wedding, and I still use it now shopping, or if I have any returns or anything like that, then I still use this bag. I think it's so cute. And it also comes with a lot of coupons, a little journal, and just different cute things for the bride-to-be. Alright guys, well that is everything as far as the accessories from my wedding day. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope that's everything. Good and see. Why do I get out of breath every time?